ready. Safe train coming.
I don't know if I should make that shorter or not.
I like it. It's a good jam. Great way to start.
Makes me feel like I have energy and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so we're here doing a Reckless Rants.
Happy
No,
Friday.
happy Friday. Apparently, we took Labor Day off.
Yes.
Raven called me at the last minute saying, "Do you mind if we not do a show today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care."
I was knee deep into cleaning out the garage. I'm trying to make a studio in there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's,
Finding new cats, apparently.
yeah, I did. I did. I found 5 kittens in the bottom of this box. I'm like, what the hell? But they're all
Oh.
healthier and in a better environment now. So I just hope their mom came back. Their mom ran off, and she's kind of feral. And if not, I'm going to be bottle feeding 5 kittens several times a day, every day for a couple of weeks. That'll be not
We
fun.
need to say hello to Rachel and Renee.
Hi,
Hello.
Rachel. Hi, Renee. Yeah,
Yes.
I keep forgetting to check the chat room. Well, the chat room shows up down below our screens and not on the side for me, and I don't see it, and I forget about it.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello.
I just
Thanks for
opened it.
coming.
Um, Rachel gets to say first.
Hmm.
Yes. This is an important thing on the internet, getting to say first when you comment.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
it's like having the gold star or whatever. And my policy with gold stars, you don't get to
Yes.
keep them. They're too
You have to
valuable.
give
You
them
don't get to
back.
keep them. You gotta
They're
give
just on
them
loan.
back.
Loan or gold star. So what's
uh,
what's the main rant of your week?
uh, I got a nap this morning. That's like you know
So it mellowed you out.
it mellowed me out. I got this glorious nap. You know me and sleeping.
Yes. You take it when you can. Yeah.
It's a thing you do weekly, not daily.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same way, but I'm not as bad as I used to be, but and I was not as extreme as what you are. But
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
I
I've been sleeping a lot better the last couple of months than the years before.
hmm Have you always been that way?
With the insomnia, yes, yes. Ever since I was a wee
Were you a
little,
colicky baby?
I, I I have no idea what colicky means.
Colic is when they don't sleep and they just scream and cry all the time.
I don't remember being a baby.
Well, I mean, if I you might have overheard your mom talk about, you know, just curious.
Mom, what are we having for dinner tonight? Shit. This is the level of conversation.
Okay.
Uh, you know, I have it with my mother when I'm around her. So
All right. I noticed in high
I I
school.
I
I
I-
was
I'm
good at.
I'm 10 and going. Are we having chicken nuggets for dinner tonight? And she's like, "We're having shit. Leave me alone."
Chicken nuggets. My thing was macaroni and cheese. If it weren't for macaroni and cheese, I would not be alive.
I'm Canadian. We call it craft dinner. The Kraft Corporation makes other products, but we don't give a shit what they're called. Kraft dinner is the only product we care about. Uh,
I made chicken noodles for the first time. So
chicken
that's what kids.
noodles.
Cats loved it. I had to give most of it to them because I left it in the crock pot and I fell asleep I wasn't intending on falling asleep, but I fell asleep at the computer as usual, and
It was
had a nice
sludge by the time you
long
woke up.
sleep. So it went unrefrigerated, and I was afraid to eat any more of it, so I gave it to them. I had a whole
Oh,
crock pot full of it too.
yeah.
They loved
We
it.
we we just made a crock pot of pea soup. Pea soup.
Ah,
We had a ham roast, so what happens when you have leftover ham.
yeah, it
You
goes
make pea
really
soup.
well with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't had that in a
yeah,
long time. That sounds good. I love soups. I eat soup
so,
all year long. It's not,
yeah.
not like a for some people it's a seasonal thing. Well,
Now you said the crock pot,
hmm
like an actual. It's got the low heat thing.
yeah, it's got low and high and warm.
If you leave it on low, it didn't go bad. It's good.
No, I had turned it off after
Okay,
I
okay,
after it was done.
yeah.
I turned it off, and then
If it's
yeah.
been like 5 hours or whatever, you just turn that back on low and leave it for like 2 hours, and it'll be good.
Oh, really? This has
And
been about
and when the
eight,
it's probably still good. Taste it if it
borderline.
doesn't taste bitter. Taste a little bit if it's not bitter. Just put it on low. And if the crock pot's half empty, just put some crap in there until it's full again. Uh, You just keep doing that. Just
Yeah.
just leave it on low all the time until the wire starts to feel like it's getting hot. So then it's gonna burn.
Okay.
Um, just make sure you stir it every time you add stuff to it. Um, because that's how you do an endless pot of soup.
Oh, okay.
And the
Yeah.
longer that soup is there, the richer their flavor will be.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna make a pot of goulash later on
yeah,
today, and I may just transfer it. I usually just do it in a skillet. I think I'm going to transfer it to a crock pot, and then just add a little beef broth to it,
yeah.
stir it up,
Just
keep
keep
it.
yeah.
That's a good
So
idea.
like
Okay. Cool.
if you're like making yourself some carrots and potatoes and like a little roast something or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you just cut an extra carrot or two, throw some into the soup pot. Just cut an
Okay.
extra potato, throw it in the soup pot. Just whenever you're doing that stuff, just a little bit more and throw it into the soup pot.
It's been a while since I've
Yeah.
done a roast. Our beef here is so expensive now. Is it that way in Canada too?
Yes. Yes, everything's more expensive. But it doesn't matter. Like you could be roasting a chicken or whatever. Right? It's
Mm-hmm.
whatever you're like cutting vegetables or whatever, just a little bit into the soup pot. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Now we always have a food part of the show. We started up, so we've got that.
Yeah. I love me an endless pot of soup. You- There are places that have kept their pots going for decades.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. There's
Decades.
one. There's one in Central Asia somewhere that's like 80 years old.
Huh. Is it in a cast iron or a crock pot?
That one is in like a big cast iron pot, but you can do it in a crock pot at a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
I kept one in a crock pot going for a month and a half. Before I was like, I just don't want to eat soup for a while.
Yeah. You switch it back and forth from soup to pot roast and back and forth, and yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
But if it's your intended lunch meal or whatever, like you're just gonna have a bowl of soup every day at noon or whatever, uh, cheaper to just let it keep running than.
Yeah.
I guess it
And,
depends on how your power bill is going.
well, crock pot doesn't use that much power. I would
Yeah,
think that would actually fit my lifestyle a lot better. I don't have a set time for dinner. I mean,
yeah,
there's like a window with the cats. There's like a window of time that they usually get fed breakfast and dinner. Sometimes in the late. But me, I just kind of go through the kitchen and graze, and I like
yeah.
something like I just
Well,
I can keep the meatballs in the refrigerator. So I can grab a couple of meatballs and a slice of cheese and keep them go.
Yeah. The benefit of having the endless pot of soup as the crock pot, where you don't have to just kind of stir it every now and then, like every half day to 3 days or so,
Hmm.
is I'm hungry. I don't have to like cook anything. I just take the lid off this, ladle out a bowl. It's already hot.
It's already hot. Yeah.
Put the lid back
Right.
on.
Right. Right.
uh,
I saw that article. I watched that video that you sent that you had posted about the pictures. That's
yeah,
interesting. I've
you
noticed
mentioned
that.
something about cameras the other day, and it had something to do with filtering. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And how our pictures look different. And I just thought it was a different, that we were on a different timeline. Because if
no,
you do
it's the
look back,
materials.
in some ways, the older pictures that we took, like in the 80s and 90s, are better than these digital ones in
They
some
can
ways.
be. They're warmer, right? They're
Yeah.
emotionally warmer.
And they
But
always have like a
it's
depth, a
yeah.
better depth, although digital ones are more crisp and more defined lines.
Well,
But they're just a
deliberately,
warm.
right?
Yeah.
Deliberate. Okay, so there's this video. I don't know. You could probably post that video in your Facebook or whatever. Copy and
Yeah.
paste it later.
I will.
Um, uh, it goes through the ages of cameras, the technologies, specifically focusing on. I'm talking to the audience. The how Snapchat was it Snapchat? No, Instagram
Instagram.
influenced the way we want to see photos as a general population. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and pushed the development of cell phone based cameras.
Yeah. And when
So
was um, what's that?
2009,
Photoshop. When was Photoshop introduced?
the
You
software
know?
itself,
Yeah.
I think the 80s. I'll check though. When was the program Photoshop released?
Yeah.
Adobe Photoshop? I'm pretty sure it predates that. 1990.
1990. Okay. I can remember that. Um, the
But like it's named after the technique of altering photos, right? So that goes
that
back to the first camera.
and that's my next question. Other than doing a double exposure to try to make it look like there's a ghost in the photo, is there any other camera tricks that you know of that they did prior to 1990s Photoshop?
Okay, so like in camera work and out of camera work are two different things. Um, Offhand, I know that there were other in camera tricks, like things you would do, like angling the camera a certain way, or taking a picture in a mirror instead of the actual subject, things like that. Uh, Putting like filtering literally comes from putting a filter in front of the lens, like that's
Okay.
what it means, right? So like
Right.
you
Yeah.
put
Like
a
a
piece of
color film.
colored gel or whatever, but it doesn't have to be colored gel. It could be clear gel with something on it, so you're adding that to the image. And then there's like outside of the camera work where you take the actual photo and you like smudge it with like an eraser, or you draw on it very carefully, like that there's that famous photo of Stalin, and he fell out with that one guy, and they had him remove him from the photo,
Hmm.
right? So they took the photo and they found another picture of the background, and they carefully cut it out and glue it
Oh,
on, or however they did that. That's just one way, like one really crude way of doing that.
the
But
reason why I'm asking is trying
I
to
don't.
find a quick and easy, fast way to identify a photograph that's been manipulated for the purposes of hoaxing a UFO or a ghost or any other paranormal cryptid or something like that?
You would have to research it. Like I know it because I've known photographers in the past. I don't know any currently. Like you
You
know,
probably have an eye for that, don't you?
no,
No.
no, I've no I for it.
And
But there are many techniques on doing that. Faking photos. It's a field of scamming, right?
yeah,
And as you well know, there's no field larger than the field of scam.
yeah, it's true. And now I find myself I argue with a friend who's like, that's an AI bot. I'm like, no, it isn't. That's a real person. She's a real person. This YouTuber named Mspiracy. Uh, she's really super pretty and she has a British accent. And he's like, no, that's AI. I'm like, no, it isn't. Um,
Send me a link because I am
okay,
pretty good at spotting the bots.
okay. She's not. I mean, I've seen her Facebook page. I've seen other things with her with no makeup on, and she's a
Yes,
real
yes,
person.
you,
She said, well,
you
then
can
she's
do
putting
that
on.
all
She's
with
like,
AI. You can do all of that with AI.
oh, really? There's
Yeah.
even pictures of her, like younger and you know, oh, hmm,
Are
let me
any
fix
of the accounts
that.
older than 5 years?
Okay. Do you want me to do it now?
Yes,
I can
send it
find it
in
now if you want.
the green room or the back room or whatever.
Okay. Okay. Let me find her here real quick. Yeah. She's So I watched a really interesting movie this last weekend, and it's about earthing. Have you heard of earthing
No.
or grounding?
Grounding, that's when you like connect yourself to a wire
Like,
that's because there's a thing called grounding where you pretend like your electrical field is large enough to
yeah, you anchor your
hook up. Yeah.
this is more of a grounding in a very literal sense. Taking your socks and shoes off, standing on the ground,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Yes. Some people do it that way.
they
So,
also have those that are either like maybe in a wheelchair or in a live in a concrete jungle in the middle of the city. They have these earthing mats, that you can put for your feet, or you can even lay these mats out on your bed and sleep on top of them. And the health benefits are just phenomenal. Um,
if you
and
say so.
I've always heard of grounding like it's kind of like a prep that you do prior to meditation or any type of psychic activity or divination or whatever. You want to get grounded, and yeah, you picture roots coming out to the bottom of your feet and anchoring down into the earth. You can drain anxiety, um, pain, things like that. You know, it's more of a mental practice, but to literally go put your feet on the ground or lean up against a tree is so beneficial. It resets all of the your body. Everything in you is electrical, and it resets all that electrical stuff. And they explain this some about electrons, literally, in negative and positive charges, and I can't.
Yeah, it sounds like Earth Mother stuff.
But it's literally a scientific, uh, proven thing. Um, now it's not just
It
taken
sounds like
actually,
Earth Mother stuff.
um, but in a way, it is. And when you say Earth Mother, check this out. So the guy who came to this, came to do all of this, he grew up next to an Indian reservation, and his playmate, his friend, had a sister that came down with scarlet fever, and she was really, really deathly ill. And they took her to the doctors, and they came back and they said, they can't do anything for her. And one of the elders of the community said, just hang on one moment. And they dug a very shallow, uh, just a very shallow, not a grave, but a place for her to lie down in the
And
ground.
she's
So
like, "You assholes! I'm not dead yet."
I'm
And
not
I
dead
gave her
yet.
the.
I don't want to
I
go on the card.
gave,
I'm not dead yet. It's against regulations. Yeah. Monty Python.
and that gave her the energy to get better when she saw them digging her grave already.
Yeah, pit. It's just a very shallow pit. Uh, and laid her, put some straw down, and they laid her down on that, and they built a fire. And somebody was present with her the entire time. But in 2 days, 3 days, she was cured. She was all better. And so, how do you explain something like that? It's not. uh, it's the intention
The
of
fever broke.
tribe, and the earth took that sickness out of her. Uh, there's people that have really had miraculous things, medical things happen for them, and it does lower the blood pressure. And the main thing is that it heals inflammation. And they have determined that all of your diabetes, cancer, all of your major sicknesses lead back to inflammation, and this takes care of it. There's no
Well,
inflammation.
well,
People are even
some
experiencing
of them
something within.
cause inflammation, not
Hmm?
are caused. Some of those cause inflammation, not are caused by inflammation.
I'm just going by what they said in the video.
Okay.
I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But your major things that are wrong begin the very beginning starting point of those diseases and chronic conditions is inflammation,
Yeah. You start getting
and
like
this earthing will reset that. There, they had people interviewed on there that had experienced something, I mean, changes in their body immediately after the very first time they tried it, after 30 minutes, 15
mhm.
minutes.
Well, it's relaxation and cold moisture. Will generally do that for you, and one of the best ways is to get the mud and dirt on you, but
What?
and the mud and dirt on you.
What
Yeah,
about it? You're saying the mud and the dirt?
yeah. Well, that's what Earth
Mhm.
is, right? Last I
Yeah,
checked, Earth
well,
was mud and dirt.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's the energy. The Mother Earth has
well,
a frequency.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
7 point something hertz, um, and it recalibrates your
yeah,
whole.
yeah. It's
I know it sounds simple and it sounds crazy.
yeah. I'm just
All I can say is,
saying, do not rely on that for curing a cancer.
yeah, there have been people that have been cured of cancer, and they
I,
didn't do
I do
chemo.
not believe that. I do not believe that in a heartbeat.
Well, that's why you'll have to see this movie. I'll put this in the chat too. Got it up over here.
Uh,
You have to try it.
I've
I mean,
walked outside. I do not like wearing shoes. Okay, so I
that's
know what
good.
it is to walk in the grass with the feet and the barefoots and stuff. You know what? I still got a skin tag on my back shoulder that's bugging the fuck out of me. Mother Earth didn't take that shit away.
Well, I don't know about skin tags, but if
You
it's
said
inflamed,
diabetes. You said diabetes. And skin tags are an early onset sign of diabetes. Watch what I'm consuming for the next little while.
well, I don't know.
And I'm
Maybe it's good.
pronouncing it
I don't know.
properly.
You can try it. I know it's good to
I
calm.
don't need to try. I already do it. I already step outside with the footsies and the toes and the out in the air onto the grass
Yeah, you do that really
all the
on a
time.
regular basis.
Every time I go taking the garbage out.
Really? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, then you're doing something good for yourself there.
There's no new age medicine in me taking the garbage out with no shoes on.
There is though. Well, you think about it.
Yeah, there's me accidentally stepping on some grass because somebody threw a bottle off the glass because somebody threw a bottle off their balcony.
Well, when you think about it, there are some people that never ever come in contact with the earth at all. They live in the city. They
I
don't
live in
go
a
to the
city.
park, uh, and they don't. And they wear shoes all the time. You know, they go to an office building, and they're not connected, and they're walk. You know, they never touch the ground, and we're connected,
And, and
whether we
you're one
like it
of
or
those
not. We're a
people.
part of nature. You know.
Yes, yes, yes. I understand that we're all just animals. Bah.
Well,
Oh.
I will. I'll put this link in here.
Yes. Speaking about hippie Earth Mother Goddess crap uh, that I really don't believe. I watched that Red Sonja movie I was telling you about,
Oh, okay. And
and they shoved a bunch of. For those of you that don't know, Red Sonja is a rework of a Robert E. Howard character that was from the 30s into a Robert E. Howard character that was from the age of Conan. Uh, because Conan was really popular in the 50s, like
mm,
20 years after Howard died from unfortunate suicide related incidences. Um, but his characters, his writing became really popular, especially Conan. So there were these things where they were taking his other stories that weren't Conan stories and reworking them as Conan stories just so
oh,
they could get
okay.
more Conan stories.
Just so you get more Conan stories. Okay.
Yes, and still call them Howard's works. So he had this character Al Borak or whatever, which was a character that was like an English or American guy running through Afghanistan or something like that, doing gun shooty stuff in Afghanistan, and there was this one issue where he had a female companion named Red Sonja, and then this story was taken and Alborak was switched out for Conan, and it was made in the Barbarian Age, right? The Hyborian Age is what they call it in the story, and she was turned from a gunfighter to a knife thrower or whatever. And you ever see the classic barbarian woman with the red hair and the gold bikini?
Yeah.
The gold that's Red Sonja. Um,
She kind of sounds like she's fashioned after Boudica, the
I have
British
no idea.
war warrior that tried to kick the
Yeah.
Romans out.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Red hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Painted herself blue. She doesn't paint herself blue in those stories. Um, she's also not 900 pounds. Um, yeah. But nonetheless, the they just remade this as a movie. They made it back in the 80s with who was that female bodybuilder? They had Arnold
Oh,
Schwarzenegger in the
yeah,
movie, but they couldn't call him
yeah.
Conan because of licensing
She dated
reasons.
Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. What is her name?
She's like
Oh,
Swedish or something like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She's an Amazon. Like, uh,
yeah.
oh, uh, begins with a B. Uh,
It doesn't
I
matter.
want to say Beretta. It's not Beretta. Brigitte Nielsen.
Brigitte Nielsen. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they remade it. They got they got this like 90-pound waif to play the character, which takes you out the whole time if you got any sense of the character ever. And they shoved a bunch of Earth Mother Goddess stuff in there that wasn't needed. It was like,
It's good for you. It's good for you to be exposed to that.
well,
Hey, Goddess is rising, so it's coming back.
It's the wrong story though,
What up,
right?
Buttercup?
Buttercup. Yeah. Yeah, I like to see a bunch of Earth Mother Goddess just fucking walks in, it's got the shotgun shell bandolier. Suck it up,
Goddess is rising, so just get used to it. It's coming back. Divine Feminine is coming back. Now,
Divine Feminine.
Hey, we had peace, and things were a lot better when everybody was on more of a goddess-based worship.
Yeah. You should go look at all. You should go look at the track record of all the countries ruled by women.
It used to be the whole planet was ruled by women. Yeah.
Every single country is like, it's the bloodiest periods in those countries.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
Well, that's only because the war gods that came from the north and came down on the Mediterranean, they were all goddess based.
Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria, led her country into over 750 wars.
I'm talking ancient history, not more recent history. And
I can too. I can too. What was that Roman woman that had invented the building, the apartment building? She had that strip of land where she took a single cowhide and cut it into a thread and said anything inside the edge of the boundary is my country, to her cousin. And he's like, yeah, sure. I don't remember. There was an Engineering an Empire episode of. No, this was during like the Greek, the Hellenistic period. Yeah, I can't remember her name. And she ended up killing like a fuck ton of people. I mean, like a metric fuck ton of people before getting old and dying. Yeah, you want to say, we always hear that there would be no war if all the countries were ruled by women. It's like, no, there would be extra war. There would be extra war.
No, there'd be a lot less.
It would be a large portion of war with a side of war. And maybe pestilence. It wouldn't be pestilence, disease, famine, and war. It would be war, and war.
Might be a lot more eunuchs.
There would be a eunuch war.
I have a really cool book. It's called Sacred Eyes, and he goes through history and he shows that the more, and even going back through just from an archaeological point of view, there's less weaponry and less. All of the inheritance went down the mother line, not the fathers. Women did not have to take the name of their husbands. And they could divorce them. In most cultures, I can speak now for the Celtic. In Celtic tradition, you were married for a year and a day. And if your husband was lazy or no good in bed or was not a good provider, you could divorce him free and clear after a year and a day.
Whoa. I don't like this. I don't like this policy. I don't like this policy at all.
It was much better for women, you know.
And they didn't 3 out of 3 of those things.
Well, so I mean, yeah, they could get. It was after a year and a day they could fire him out. And you notice then when the patriarchal point of view and they dominate, then women are treated like cattle, and they're married off to old men.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
young maidens are married off to somebody
That
that's their
that's
grandpa's age.
grossly exaggerated in Western
No, it
cultures.
isn't. Do you know
The
how many
marrying off to
arranged
old men.
marriages
No,
they they
it's
used them in as just pawns, peace treaties between warring factions? They would marry their daughter off to somebody's son,
yeah.
and
Talking about the common people, not royalty. Royalty are fucked up.
well, yeah, yeah. Well, even the common people, the fathers had to approve. Sometimes they would have arranged marriages. They would, you know, that was the
There's a big difference between an arranged marriage and marrying you off to somebody twice your age.
sometimes they were one and the same. Is what I'm saying. There's arranged marriages still in India.
Yes, well, that's why we don't like Indians moving to our countries.
I know I have a
All kinds
hairdresser.
of them, feather and
I
dog.
have a hairdresser friend that's from India, and she fled because her family was going to marry her off to this older man that was really ugly and unkept and
Yeah,
large, twice her
she,
age. And she
she,
fled to America, did
she,
not even know a lick of English. And she was that, it was that desperate of a situation that she saved all of her money, got an airplane ticket, one way ticket, came here to America, and learned the language as she went along. I mean, that takes guts.
she was probably 19 and he was
Yeah, she was
20.
like 18, 19,
And he was twice her age at 20.
but he was a real undesirable.
Do
Uh,
you know that? Do you know that?
Well, that I'm going by what she said. No, I don't personally know that, but I'm saying that just takes. I mean, it had to be bad because think how scary that would be to fly to a country that you don't even know their language, don't know anything about, and you've never left home before ever in all your life, and to go get on a plane and go to another all the way across an ocean, and you know
I'll, now I'm just saying this. A lot
that
of
takes
people do it.
guts.
A lot of people do it for Wild Wings and Nintendo. So now I'm not saying this. There was a guy that was coming across the from Mexico, and that's why he said he was going to the U.S. in like broken
For
English for
Nintendo
Wild
and
Wings
Wild.
for Wild Wings and Nintendo. So
Uh huh. Okay. Was it well like at Hooters? You think he was really just going to be going to Hooters for?
no, there's a restaurant called Wild Wings,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, Hooters is the same difference.
Yeah.
I'm guessing,
So
judging
he's
by
really
what I
coming
see
over just
these
for
days.
boobs and Nintendo, right?
Yeah, well, fast food and Nintendo, but yeah, could be boobs too. We all respect the boob. I don't trust anyone that doesn't like boobs. I do not trust a single person that doesn't like boobs.
Yeah.
This is a true fact. Uh, okay,
Well, I put
I
that.
don't know where I can go from there.
I put the link in the chat, private chat here for you, and I also posted it on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Earth.
yeah,
Check it out. It's really cool.
yeah. Oh, I this video is unavailable in my
Huh?
country.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah,
For real? Oh my god.
it's a YouTube movie. That's why.
Well, I'll
But
find it.
no, don't worry about it. I understand the concept of it already. Um, I've seen the stuff before.
The founder had he had to undergo surgery for 2/3
He
of
had,
his liver was removed, and
I know exactly what he had to go to surgery for. Getting something stuck in the bottom of his foot while walking around barefoot in the fucking field.
good one.
He stepped directly onto a twig and it went right into his foot.
I'll give you that one. That's funny. No, he
Yeah.
had 2/3 of his liver removed, and as at home, he was taking a long time to recover his energy and everything. And he started doing this. He made himself a homemade mat, earthing mat.
You're supposed to boil the water before drinking it straight out of the stream. There's bacteria and shit in there. Just
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I had to have two
And
thirds of his liver removed.
there are just things that we can do. We don't have to be so dependent on big pharma. Big pharma has far too much power, and they're corrupt as hell.
Yes.
And there
E-
are things that you can do
Every
to,
single member of the Sackler family should be put in front of a wall, and then white phosphorus should be thrown at them because they don't deserve to die quickly. Every member of the Sackler family, every single fucking one of them.
what's that last name? Sackler?
Sackler, yeah,
Okay, I'm not familiar with that. Who are they?
they owned a pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
Yeah, they bought up a bunch of pharmaceutical newspapers, magazines, to then report positively on their new
Oh,
opium based drug to say it wasn't addictive.
gotcha.
And then opium crisis. 20 million dead people later. And they
Yeah.
get a nice little tisk tisk.
Yeah. Yes. That is, and the fact that they have most of these companies like Pfizer and them, they have a full
Yeah.
time staff of lawyers,
Yeah.
plural,
No,
full
I'm
time.
I'm just saying, if the Sackler family was in China or Russia, they would have been executed for doing this shit
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because those are actual democratic countries.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
that
I know
being
we've got,
countries that care about their people.
yes, and that's pretty bad when you come behind China. China is not known for their compassion. Let's just say.
Yeah, well, if you're manufacturing kids toys and lead paint gets in there, you get the death penalty
Wow.
because they care about fucking not poisoning people. Now,
Hmm.
do they care the best about not poisoning people? Well, there's a line of obvious things you don't do, and they carry actual punishments when you do them. Um,
Yeah. Well, when some of this truth comes out about uh, I
and I
if
say that because, like, a couple of years ago, they actually did execute a CEO of a company for allowing lead paint to end up in kids' toys.
really,
They
wow,
actually did do that.
hmm, interesting. I did not know
Yeah.
that. If Doctor Gates and Fauci don't go to jail, then I have no faith
Well,
left in justice for in our
who,
country.
whoever's running the Gates Foundation today should be scrutinized. Bill Gates is not running the Gates Foundation. He lost control of that in the late 90s because he bundled a web explorer with his operating system. If you look at Bill Gates, you remember that
No.
when back in like 99, 98, somewhere around there, Microsoft was sued, Windows, right? Was sued. Bill Gates was sued because when you would buy a computer that had Windows on it, it came with uh, Windows Explorer or
Mm-hmm.
Edge
Yeah.
already installed.
Right.
They called it monopoly infringements or some shit like that, right? It was bullshit. They gave away a free program for free, freely, and it's not
Okay.
like you couldn't like. I prefer Chrome. I'm going to install Chrome and delete Windows Explorer. you could do that, but it came already installed, so that they called it Monopoly
Mm.
uh,
That's exactly how my
shenanigans.
computer was.
Yeah,
Both of mine, my last two came with Edge on it, and I had to download Chrome. And then I tried to go back and delete Edge, and it won't let me.
you can't just like hit the logo. You have to go in and delete it properly. Um, I keep it. I use three different browsers. So, um, and then I have like 9 profiles on Chrome. uh,
That new one that's supposed to be so good and so private. Uh,
Brave.
no, I just heard about it this weekend.
I use Brave when I want to do things that are private.
Is that your
Um,
search engine?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm currently on Edge right now, but I use Chrome for a lot of things, and I use Brave for things I want to like keep private. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, I saw an interview
or
with this Bill Gates. It's a recent interview, and he's already talking about the next pandemic.
yeah, he's concerned about that stuff.
Yeah.
So talking about it doesn't mean planning it. You know that, right?
Here's someone without a medical degree who seems to have an awful lot of say so and power over public health concerns. And going around the world and his philanthropic whatever bullshit and all the he's banned in a couple of countries I've heard for they were giving some type of a vaccination for some thing or
Yeah.
whatever, and it ended up
That
sterilizing a bunch of women
I I've never heard about
somewhere in
that,
Africa.
but he has given a lot of really stupid programs money, right? Like I said, he's not in control of those the foundation anymore, right? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Um, when he was in control of it, it gave computers to high schools.
Hmm.
Now
Well,
it's like
now you know what
used
else?
for all kinds of weird shit. And yeah, he's like, I want to stop the spread of disease in Africa or some shit, right?
Yeah,
But
whatever. It was in
then
disguise of
yeah, yeah.
sterilizing a bunch of women
Well,
because his
was
parents
that
even
intentional?
were were depopulation eugenicists. Isn't that what they're called?
Uh,
Yeah,
eugenics is
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Both
eugenics
his
is
parents were, and he
euge-
is.
eugenics is the study of applying animal husbandry to people. It is not a depopulation thing.
What are the geo? What do they
Now,
call?
there was a big depopulation movement that was part of the population bomb and things,
Yeah, what's
and
that called? What are they
um,
called?
I don't remember what there were a couple of different groups, but
His parents were really big into that, and he is into that. I think there's too many
we're
people.
like
Really,
his, you gotta be careful. Were they really big in favor of it or against it? Because there were different
in
groups.
favor of it.
Okay,
They're in favor of it.
I want to see where you're reading that.
Sorry about
Eh,
the noise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Somebody needs a muffler. Um, they were in
I,
favor of it, and his
I want to see where you obviously you
no,
have to go look for it at some time, but where you read that. But like everything I've seen, he's been trying to keep people alive, but you know, throwing money at whatever retard comes by. Uh,
he's actually public enemy number one. Justin, he
yeah,
really truly is.
I,
And do you know why you don't hear any
I,
bad press
you
about
do
him?
hear bad press about him. I really think it's manufactured. I think he's put up there as the sacrificial goat,
No,
right?
no, I don't think so.
Because
He's
you didn't know who the Sackler family was
no, I don't
are
now.
but they were all over the news like 3 years ago, and they killed 20 million people through the drug epidemic. Every time you see a person lifting their head over on the street somewhere, the Sackler family is responsible for that.
Okay.
But you didn't know anything about them. You know all about Bill Gates and his like trying to sterilize people by accident in the fucking Congo or whatever.
Yeah.
You know all about that, but you don't know about the one organization that's literally got the blood of 20 million people on their hands.
Why is he is the number one largest landowner in the United States. He's been gobbling up all this farmland
Is
recently.
he?
Hmm?
Is he? Like it's one of those things I've heard Alex Jones say, but
Oh,
I've never seen a map of all the land he owns. And
I have
okay,
a
and
lot
what's it being used for? Because I know he
right
is big
now.
on creating preserve land. He does take a lot of he does buy a lot of land and put it into preservation status. So is he creating state parks?
Nothing right now. I
That
don't know.
that well, if he's
Um,
taken it and registered it as preservation land,
that I don't know.
because I know he does do that.
Um, the foundation sponsors
Yes,
a lot of people.
but he's
Journalists.
not in control of that anymore. I
He
don't
stepped
even think he
down.
has a no. He was forced to step down.
Why was he forced to
It
step
was
down?
one of the settlement things back in the thing I just mentioned about the operating system.
Oh,
Yeah, the same tactic was done about Ford and his foundation back in the day. Exact same thing,
mm-hmm.
and then the foundation is turned into a tool to do the exact opposite of what you believed in.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's revisit this topic. Let me get the map showing
Yes.
all the farmland that he's gobbled up, and go back through
Uh,
my notes and
yeah,
do some research because I'll prove to you that Bill Gates is public enemy number one.
I'm saying to you, he smells like a guy that's being put out there to be a red herring.
No, he even his acquisition of Microsoft was a dirty
Oh,
he did somebody.
I I won't
He double crossed.
naysay that in a heartbeat. That like okay, yeah, he screwed somebody out of something. It was a small screwing, but it was still a screwing.
Well,
Um,
it didn't end up being a small screwing. It ended up being pretty big.
well,
Microsoft
at the time when
Windows. It was the whole Windows thing.
he cut one guy out of the program that was the like the
The one who
artistic
actually invented
director.
it and took credit
No,
for it.
no, not invented. He did the interface design. The interface design. That was it.
Hmm.
Now, would have anyone used it without the interface design? Probably not. You know, it's the you got two tools in front of you. One that's really good but super hard to use, or one that's kind of okay but very easy to use. What one do you use?
For me, I'm going to take the easy one to use. 'Cause-
And that's the case with everybody. And that was the revolutionary thing about Windows, was that it was easy to use. You didn't have
Mhm.
to remember code to do shit like you did with DOS, right? I don't know
Okay.
if you remember DOS.
No, I
No.
mean I've I've heard of it, but I don't know
Yeah.
what it
It,
is.
it, it was it was an operating system, but you couldn't just like click and point and do things. You had to like know computers to use it.
Okay,
You
all
could
right.
just sit in front of a box and go, "That's what I want." Yeah. It was
Okay.
back in the days, like if you wanted to open a file, you had to know the name of the file, type it in, and press enter. You couldn't just
Um,
click on a little file icon and shit like that.
do
Um,
you remember that 23andMe place where you could, get your
yeah.
that he and Linda were behind?
He, that they were investors,
Yeah.
but they weren't behind it.
Um, they or did they buy it out?
No, they
All
invested
your
in it.
uh,
They invested in it. It was an alternative to so there's another one called Ancestry
yeah, ancestry.
that
Yeah,
and that one was owned by the Mormons.
right.
And 23andMe is owned by Jewish people.
Okay.
And they wanted a version of that program that wasn't owned by Mormons. And
Okay.
he and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation threw money into it because guess who took control over the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation after Bill
Who?
was pushed out?
Who?
Who do I always talk about?
I'm drawing a blank.
You could go look up the board of directors after the 1990s, and I will bet dollars to donuts, which is more expensive donuts now. Back when donuts were cheaper, um, that there are a lot of names like Steinbrenner and Epstein and
Oh.
Scheckelbaum. I'm
Oh,
just gonna
really?
I'm gonna bet that there are a lot of names like that on the board of directors.
Okay. I'm going to turn my camera off for just a minute so I can throw this tarp up. I'm
Yeah,
here
yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
It's starting to rain on me a little bit here. I'm going to throw
Yeah,
this tarp.
go inside.
Uh,
Rain and electricity don't go good together, Raven.
just in case this happened, I have a tarp handy here that I can throw over the top.
Uh, we are in the emergency periods of the show. Um, but yeah, I was just saying.
I certainly don't want to lose another computer
Yes.
like before.
Do do
Would
do I
not be a good
think
thing.
do, do I think Bill Gates is dragged in too deep and is tainted? Yes, he's definitely that. Do I think he does a lot of things because he thinks he's doing good? Yes. Like I have no concerns over the farmland or whatever the land purchases. I don't think he's going to start his own country in the middle of the U.S.
Well,
Because
he's just
everything I hear is he takes land that is um,
he was a
uh,
frequent guest of Epstein going to that island, don't you?
I've heard that. That might be true. Um,
Is it true? He's
now,
frequent.
now I will explain how the Epstein thing works when you're back sitting, but the land thing is he takes land that would be clear cut, right, if it was sold to a developer, and he puts it into park status. So like you got a big acreage of wood, and he buys that and puts it so it can't be resource extracted. So like a bunch of loggers can't come in and take all the forest down, and then
Right.
have a mining company come in after them. You know, and that's what most of his land acquisition is for. Um, I'm pretty sure he does have a nice cattle ranch that he lives on, from what I
Well,
understand. But there's that too. But
those in the
no, yeah. Finish that sentence.
those in the conspiratorial realm believe this is all part of this plan towards this. globalists. That's what they are,
Yeah,
globalists.
yeah,
Parents in him. Okay, because the
okay,
globalists want to get everybody moved into these 11-minute cities and things, and so he's buying up
okay.
all this farmland, kicking people off, and making it so that there will be no rural
I,
option.
I,
You will be forced to live in
in
their
the 10-minute cities, the 10-minute
be
cities
under
is
their
bullshit.
control.
Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Well, look,
so
what they
no,
did
no,
to
no,
LA
no,
and what they did in Maui.
let me stop. You remember. Well, you wouldn't remember personally, but you know how before the invention of the car, right? You lived in a city. There had to be uh, groceries and work evenly spread out through the city.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to buy food to eat, it had to be within walking distance,
Mm. Well,
right?
yeah. Do it
Yeah,
yourself. Right. Yeah.
but
They have a town market.
before, yes, but there would be enough town markets evenly dispersed out through a city, so you wouldn't
Right.
have to go to a specific one.
Right.
That's what an 11-minute city is. An 11-minute city, or a 10-minute city is what it's actually called, is designing cities, right? Like going back to the design of cities the way they were before
Yeah,
the
they look like
the
prisons. They're just a.
no, no, that's a walled city. It's a different thing. So if you went out of your house right now, right, and you
Mhm.
walked somewhere, you just walked for 10 minutes, would you go past a grocery store?
No.
No, you wouldn't, because you're living in a dystopian hellscape. You're living in a society that's structured away from the needs of the human and towards the needs of the industry. The 11-minute, the 10-minute city. Sorry, you got that number stuck in my head now. The 10-minute city was a plan to start distributing that back to the way it was before the 1920s in constructions of cities. So before the invention of or the wide adoption of the automobile, there would have to be a local grocery store. There would
Yeah.
have to be local business, because if you want your people working and being able to buy food, it would have to be close enough to them to go there and buy it.
Okay. So, but
Correct?
where are you getting this from? I'm talking about the Agenda
I'm getting it from
2030.
the I'm getting it from the original white paper that says 10-minute cities on the fucking cover of it. Now they don't express it in that specific language. It's all about how things have to be close enough to your residence for you to actually be able to participate in them, right? So there should be an even number of theaters across the city as there are, you know, it, there was this big trend in the
So, is
late
this like
70s. There was this big
it's
trend
like a
in the
city
late
planning
70s.
type?
It's city planning. It's just city planning. It's just the
But
same
okay,
city planning as
but
always.
is it part of this Agenda 2030
No,
in their
it
WEF's?
predates that. It's
Okay.
got nothing to do with that. Now,
All right. I'm
does
talking about the globalists.
does yes. Now, d- d- Agenda 2030 does, like, Agenda 2030 doesn't have plans itself. It points to other plans and says these are good. And it probably does point to that one that says, "Hey, if we have, like, grocery stores actually in communities of where people are actually living instead of out in the middle of nowhere, that would probably be better for people's lives." Like,
Their goal is to get everybody into the city and in these little.
no, it's not. It's
That's
not about getting you in a city. It's about making it so you can do things without having to buy things. And I don't mean like you're not allowed to buy things. I mean like you're not required to own a car to put food on your table physically. Right? Like, so if there was a grocery store 10 minutes away from you, you could walk there, buy groceries, and walk home leisurely, correct?
Hmm.
You wouldn't need to own a car to go grocery shopping.
No, and now they deliver, even
Yeah,
like
but
Target, Walmart,
yes,
even
that's besides the
yeah,
point. You still have to pay for that, right? You have to buy that service to get
yeah,
groceries.
right.
Um, right, and that's the point of the 10-minute city thing, is you shouldn't have to own a car to.
Or they don't want anybody to own a
No,
car.
it's not about wanting you to own a car, it's you don't have to own a car. There's a big difference between those two
Yeah,
statements.
yeah, yeah. I know. I
Okay, I'm
read it
just
in
saying because I
those
had a
things.
fucking argument with my previous host about this multiple times. The difference between want and have
Yeah,
is
I get that.
you don't have to own a car to be gainfully employed. You don't have to own a car to get groceries. You don't have to own a car to watch a movie in a theater, right? Because there was this big trend in the 80s or late 70s where, and it still goes on. Dollar stores are very famous for this, especially in smaller communities, where they'll find an area just outside of the city, and it's outside the tax code, and they'll develop it into this big, massive shopping center, right? Where there'll be like 50 stores and a parking lot in the middle, kind of like the concentration camp version of a mall.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about, right?
yeah, yeah.
Uh, we got one just over here. The city assumed it, called the Golden Mile, and it's like a 15 block square area. Got all the major like the Michaels and things like that in there. Um, you get those, but what ends up happening is, well, you just own a car, right? Or you can spend it 2 hours on a bus, right? Going to this thing. Um, so all the smaller businesses die because of these things. It
Yeah,
drives down um, like small businesses.
yeah, the mom and pop shops.
Yeah, it kills those because you got this big economic zone that is now
Prices them
like,
right out. Yeah,
yeah, and because they're just outside the city limits, their taxes are lower, so they can charge less, and that's what the 11-minute plan was. Is that like some multinational corporation, the globalists, can't just buy a plot of land and put like 50 businesses on it and then kill local ability to buy things without having
but
to.
that's exactly what they did during COVID. They allowed Walmart to be open, Costco,
Yes,
and told all the mom and pop shops they were not allowed to open their doors for business. And they put a
which,
lot of places out of business. It's just
yes,
sad.
which is against what the 10-minute city wanted. It's the exact
Um,
opposite of what that plan wants.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't know there was another
But
one. I
no, no,
only
no,
read
no, 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 no. That
part of
that
it.
is that is the plan. Um,
Well, the globalists have a much different interpretation of that, and that Klaus
yes.
Schwab is like, "You'll own nothing and you'll be happy."
Once again, like he didn't say that. Some Asian guy said that. And if you watch the whole speech, he's saying that that's what the corporations want, and that they have to come up with a plan to prevent that. That whole speech is about preventing the ideology of you'll own nothing. Yeah, if you watch it from beginning to end, that's a
Yeah, I
warning.
did, and I've even read the Agenda 2030, and it is no good. There's nothing good in there at all.
Yeah. But
They're even talking about
that line is a warning, not a praise. He's saying we don't want a society where you'll own nothing and be happy.
yeah, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy, and it's been
Yes,
requoted several places.
yes, it's been requoted out of context. The original context is that is something we don't want to happen. That was the World Economic Forum's that
Right.
guy, that he was an Asian guy. I don't remember his name. He was warning against that being a normalized mentality. He was saying it's bad that this is a trend happening in society.
But
Everything is becoming a
Klaus Schwab
subscription.
is the one that was promoting it, and he's
No.
the head of the WEF,
Yes, that speech, that Asian guy was at a council. Like, you know what the WEF is, right? The World Economic Forum.
World Economic Forum. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a trade
and
show.
they're trying to this whole hoax of climate change. They're
Well, there is
the way.
some things going on, but like it's used.
Yeah, there's a lot
It's
of
used.
fishiness going on there,
There's
uh,
a lot of fishy. Yes, like you say, but
and they're promoting all
it's
this.
yeah,
Oh, we got to save the earth and all that. Look, if Mother Earth, if we were that much of a problem, she would shake us off like fleas on a dog. She could
yeah. Well,
get rid of us. A couple of earthquakes, a couple of volcanoes go off, we're done. You know,
yes, but
um, a lot of this
um,
climate change. If you go to the legitimate scientists, they will all tell you, although they're afraid to go public with this information,
people
except
go
for Greg
public.
Braden, is governed by the sun and the cycles of the sun.
Some of
And the
it is,
sun
not
is
all
on
of it.
a lot of our, yeah, it is. Our our climate change, that it's all in cycles. And we are just at this part of a cycle that's been
Yeah,
happening since
it's
the beginning of
60
time.
to 120 years. We're in a
So
warm period.
it doesn't have anything to do with our SUVs and our emissions, our carbon footprint. That is the biggest bunch of bullshit. I think that's laughable. It's so stupid. My carbon footprint? Come on.
Yeah, well,
It's just a bunch of hooey. And yet they all fly their private jets to Switzerland to have a meeting about this, and their private jets
yes,
spew out more toxins than 3 or 4 family SUVs for over a lifetime, just in one
yeah,
trip to the plane. So that's a
yes.
bunch of
I know,
bullshit.
I know. Um,
They're evil bastards.
it's fear mongering, right? Like,
Oh yeah, it's that too. I mean,
there
it's
there there is legitimate stuff with
they think we're
environmental.
cattle. They look at
There
us like cattle and
there
totally
is a lot.
expendable.
Well, that's what the word goyim means. Uh,
They do not have our best interest at heart at all, at all.
but
And they want to depopularize as much as possible. That's what COVID was designed for.
I if you, I'll talk to you later about COVID. What was actually going on
Oh
there?
yeah, I better not say too much because we're on YouTube.
Yeah, well,
Hopefully, I didn't.
especially no, that's
Yeah, yeah.
you can mention COVID. It's not as draconian as it was during the thing, but the things that were going on behind it, not so much.
Yeah.
Um, the the World Economic Forum is literally what it says in the tin. It's where countries go to talk about trading resource goods and different economic policies. Right? So like we see a bunch of like lectures about white papers, and then it's twisted by the Alex Jones community into like whatever the fuck he's talking about, selling male vitality or whatever. I don't know what the fuck Alex Jones is doing this week. He's yelling at Troyer for not liking Israel or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but you can get online and read it for yourself. I did,
Yes,
but it's been over a year ago, and
yes.
I did a show on it, and it's no good. It's no good for the common
The,
man. It's
there's
not good.
well a lot of the stuff like not, you can go there. You can go there to sell. I don't know, tech futures in Raven Media Group. Uh, if you like incorporated, you could do that. You could go there and just like, uh, I'm selling shares in my tech corporation, my media group or whatever. Got a YouTube and a Facebook show. But you could do that because it's a trade show first and foremost. But like you're like, but then Justin, why do government leaders go there? Because it's a trade show, and governments sell things like lumber and mineral rights
Morals,
and harbor shares and
spices,
well, there'd be agricultural goods, uh,
lumber,
spice, yeah, yeah.
all
So
the
like
chemicals, weapons.
weapons. Uh, most definitely the World Economic Forum has a panel on selling weaponry and defenses and things like that.
Viruses,
Maybe I doubt it though. But
epidemics,
that they would have a massive
bombs.
pharmaceutical uh,
Yeah,
section because that's a multi-billion-dollar industry that countries talk about.
yeah.
But yeah, and then it's like the 11-minute city or 10-minute city thing. Fuck you with getting the number 11 stuck in my head, Raven.
It is an 11. I know that number. It is an 11-minute. It's in the Agenda 2030 literature.
Okay, well, it's called a 10-minute city. Um,
What's 1 minute?
yeah, well, if it was 1 minute more to walk to the grocery store, you wouldn't care.
No,
Um, if it
no.
was 25 minutes one way, it becomes a burden, right? Your ice cream's going to melt before you get it home.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
might
My
last
popsicle
10
could melt,
minutes,
and that
it
is not a
won't
good
last
thing.
20.
Right,
Just saying. Right? Like
right,
if you had a tub
right.
of ice cream in a bag, you could walk home 10 minutes and put it in the freezer, it'll be fine. 20
Yeah,
minutes,
20
throw it out.
minutes soup.
Yeah. And if you try
Yeah,
freezing it, it's just ice crystals all the way down.
yeah. It doesn't taste very good. I don't
It,
know.
it
Yep.
does not reconstitute. Yeah.
Can
And
you hear the rain?
yes, I can hear the rain. It's very lovely. Uh, Rain sound good.
I just hope my
Better than that evil demon worshipping thing you got in your lap there. The
she's a
demonic
good girl.
spirit.
She's a good baby.
Demonic spirit! Be gone with you, demon!
She is my one that is brave enough to take on the raccoons. The rest of them, they just sit there
Okay.
and watch them eat their food.
Okay,
This
you can
one goes
stay.
after them and scares them
Yeah.
off. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
in. I hold her in very high esteem. She gets extra rations, don't
Yeah.
you? Yes.
Well, just be careful.
Grace.
She might start building an altar to sacrifice them on.
That'd be fine with me.
Uh, go
Yeah.
there, like
They talk back to me. They have these like grunts, and like I'll run them off. I get the garden hose out, and I got the thing on full blast on jet stream. And they hate that. Oh, they hate that. It's better than a BB gun, and the one adult will turn around and go at me, and I just blast him right in the face. It's fun.
yeah.
It's harmless. Pisses them off, and that's like cool. I would not even be able to calculate the amount of money that I have uh, had to
Okay.
recoup, if I could recoup, from the amount of cat food they've ate.
Yeah, it's like
They
10
just
twenty
won't stop.
dollars.
There's at no point that they get full. They're a bottomless pit. They will eat till every single thing is gone.
And then they will wash their hands.
Then they'll wash their hands in the water bowls and make them all gross. Yeah. Yeah, that is like my number one pet peeve with them, and it consumes an.
What? That they're hygienic?
Oh God, because I've got so many water bowls stationed around. I mean, a good part of my day is cleaning out water bowls every day, several times a day, and I grumble every time. Just
Yeah.
they in the wintertime, there's like 2 or 3 months that they'll hibernate, that I'm free from them. Unfortunately, I don't have the water bowls out because it's like January and everything freezes. So it's pointless.
You should
I get
find
a break.
where their dens are.
Right now they're down in my attic.
No,
There
no,
was right down here, but
when they're
there's a hole
hibernating.
in the roof, and they're in my attic now.
When they're hibernating.
Oh, well,
Find
there's a big
out.
wood pile down here,
Yeah.
and
What
they've
you
got
want
it
to
all
do is
tunneled out.
fill that with water while they're hibernating.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So it freezes, and then their popsicles
Freeze them in
over.
there. Ah,
Yeah.
I like that idea.
It's a nice bit of raccoon mass murder. Gets you through the winter.
Yeah, I've told you about the Facebook group, haven't I? There's a lady who sells raccoons, and she vaccinates them, and bathes them, and sells them as pets. There's a whole group.
Ask her if she sells any raccoons that will hunt down other raccoons.
Yeah, she's got some really pretty albino ones that are really cool, and they where their stripes are, they're like a very very light gray. There's just a, but they're all white. They're really pretty. It's just too
Maybe
bad.
get that one and it'll scare the other raccoons. They'll think it's a
Yeah, maybe
ghost
that.
or
Yeah,
something.
that might work.
They'll be like,
Oh, it's a group.
"Ah, it's a ghost!" And then that one will wash its hands in all the bowls.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
that would be my luck. Yes, you're a good girl.
okay, so you brought up Epstein, and
Yeah.
like we all hate the fact that the guy was a pedo, and he deserved to die by white phosphorus, as we all agree. Pedos get the white phosphorus. I hope
Mhm.
you agree with that.
Yes, I do.
Yes, pedos
Absolutely.
get the white phosphorus. They can burn in agony as they die. Uh, the
Yes.
most brutal of deaths that cannot be extinguished.
Yep. Slow and
uh,
painful. I think
yeah.
impaling would be kind of appropriate here.
Yeah, but you
Vlad
gotta get
Dre-
you gotta
Vlad
get
style.
someone with the stomach to do that to the guy. Where like if you just put him in
I'm
a
sure
like
there's
a
some
concrete
parents
wall.
of children that would have
Yeah,
no problem doing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or just the victims themselves. So I keep seeing this stuff. There was a video this morning I didn't have time to watch that said, we're never going to see those files.
Yeah, I don't think we are either. But like there's a small group of people that were definitely like kid diddlers, but then there's the larger group of people because he got like Ghislaine's dad did the same thing in Britain,
Mm.
but it wasn't the kid like also did the kid diddling stuff, but like the kid diddling stuff wasn't what he was doing. That was like the big thing that he like his espionage work wasn't kid diddling blackmail. What he would do was he would get cozy with intellectual types, especially in the sciences, and then steal their secrets and
Mm.
sell them to Israel.
Oh, really?
Who then sold them to like the Chinese or whatever. Um,
I heard he was like some kind of a double agent or a secret agent undercover.
he stole intellectual secrets from the government and various tech firms. So
But he was like,
that's why you would always see him with like science bros or whatever, like Bill Gates or what was that guy in the wheelchair? Um, the astrophysicist.
oh,
His
yes.
name's your brain
Uh,
farting on it as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I can, come on. I even read one of his
Uh,
books. The one that was in the wheelchair.
yeah. Art,
Yeah,
art smart guy, you dumb fuck.
I know this name. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
uh,
my imitation of that.
it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
And I can see his name too, and I can't. I mean, I can.
Yeah, it's like right there. It's like right there.
Yeah,
It's like my third eye is getting in the fucking way or some shit like that. You know what the third eye's for? It's for making you fucking stupid when you want to know something.
no, it isn't. It's.
I can feel it right there. I can feel the thought. I can feel his name right there.
I
The
know.
third
I can.
eye's getting in the way.
I can
It's
too.
what it's there for. Hawking, Stephen Hawking.
Hawking. Yeah, Stephen Hawking. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Good. That was going to
Jinx.
drive me nuts until.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Okay. So
I had to come at it sideways. I had to think about thinking what parts of his name were, and it just popped in my head.
that's
Uh,
why he was cozied up with him because I thought, why would Stephen Hawking be there? You
yeah,
know.
yeah. It's like
Uh,
a lot of those people weren't there for massages with 18-year-olds or whatever. No, that like the kid diddly stuff, the teen diddly stuff was like his side hobby, right? It wasn't like the actual.
that wasn't his main gig, huh?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and it's like also like when people go, where did he get his money from? And you'd be like, I was a financial restructurer or whatever. It's like
Some bullshit.
every other company that does that has staffs of hundreds of people that do that stuff for the scale he was claiming to do it at, and it'd just be him by himself, right? A guy who failed high school math but still managed to become a math teacher at like Harvard or something like that.
I know.
It tells you the job he was doing. Like even
Things that make you
you
go, WTF?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're allowed to say what the fuck.
Okay.
Even YouTube came out like last month and said we're lifting the beginning of the video embargo on swearing.
Oh, okay.
They don't even do that anymore. How true that statement is or not, who fucking knows? YouTube is out to lunch with its policy adherence. But
That's not good.
nonetheless, yes. So the majority of it was tech secrets, smuggling, and things like that, which you never hear about, right? Because it's not
Yeah.
as salacious, even though it was the lion's share of what he
I
was
don't believe
doing.
he's dead. I don't believe he's dead.
I think he's dead, but like I know for a fact he was assassinated, right? Like so,
Well, he would have been assassinated, yeah. But I don't believe he's
the
dead. He knew too
I
much.
well, that's why you kill him.
But he had I think he was smuggled out. I don't think he I mean
Yeah.
the weirdness around the fact that the cameras not working, the guard wasn't
Well,
all that
that's bullshit because
all those
the time they say the camera wasn't working is like hours different than the time he died at.
yeah.
So it's
There's a
like
whole fishiness around that. So
yes, I believe he was thoroughly assassinated,
you think
just
they
like
unalived him?
just like I can't remember his first name. Ghislaine's dad. Uh, you know,
Was he dead too?
he oh yeah, he was thrown off the side of his yacht.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Boy, that sucks.
Um. Yeah. It was.
Gosh, fuck the plague.
It was near the end of the Soviet Union. There, maybe the mid '80s, late
So what's
'70s.
with her? Is she's still locked up, or
Last I heard, she was still locked up, and she was like, I'm going to tell everything I know. And if you read the transcripts, it's like a bunch of, I heard this. I know he knew that person. It's nothing, and they're gonna let her out on it.
Mm.
They're gonna. I have a suspicion she's gonna say a whole bunch of nothing, and get a pardon for it. Because as we know, Donald J. Trump can't go a day without a Jewish dick in his mouth, and
Hmm.
she is tight in with the Israelis, being Jewish.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
she was Jewish.
Yes.
I've only loosely followed this whole thing because it's so disgusting. Um, it just makes me lose faith in humanity. I mean, this, I didn't even know there was such, this whole world, underworld even existed until, what, a year and a half
Oh,
ago.
um, Israel is not always, but whenever they can get away with it, is a safe harbor for pedophiles.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I
Yeah,
thought Ukraine
not
was.
always. No, Ukraine is like the
Are they the money
playground.
laundering and.
It's the playground for the Israeli types internationally.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why Israel is where half the world's sex trade goes to, right? The sex slave
Really?
trade. Yeah, half the world's sex slave trade runs through Israel.
I did not know that.
The way they do it is they put out into Eastern Europe, usually Ukraine. Would you like to be a model? Come to Israel.
Oh my god.
And then, young and impressionable women who think they can be a model because they're Ukrainian, and there are a lot of really hot women in Ukraine, so it's a reasonable thing to happen. They go to Israel and they end up working in a whorehouse against their will for several months, and if not years or decades, and if the government is impelled to do a crackdown, they'll just tell the women to get out of the country.
That is truly sad. I had no
And
idea.
half the global sex slave trade is in Israel.
That's a shame.
And that's why we need to kill all the Palestinians.
Hmm. That whole dirty business is just
Yeah.
shameful. Yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea about any of that. I just thought it was more of a localized thing where you had pimps and streetwalkers, and that was it. It's, I had no idea
No,
there's
that's the
global.
sunny picnic side of things.
Jeez. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And this is what we do to each other, and we wonder why the aliens don't land and just introduce themselves and say, "Hey, we're your space brothers and sisters." Right? Who would want to have anything to do with this? I mean, we're all. I mean, to look at this from the outside,
Well,
they'd say, they're all a bunch of batshit crazy monkeys. I mean, and look what
yes,
they do to
but
each other. How they
you're
treat each
having you're having a utopian view of the aliens. They're probably doing the exact same thing to each other.
Well, I could see. Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. You should never pour all of your uh, vices and
I would
what's the
hope that with the advancement,
what's the opposite of a vice?
uh,
A virtue.
virtue.
Yeah, you should never pour all your virtues into the unknown without pouring an equal amount of vices into it.
True. Well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
and the vice versa. Never pour all your vices into the unknown
At least
without
in this
pouring.
dimension, that's True.
Yes,
So like when you
but
get
in other
into like
dimensions, everything is just space jaws.
no, in
There's
other
energies
dimensions,
jaws.
yeah,
There's tentacles jaws. There's skinless jaws. There's starlight jaws. It's just a giant shark that wants to eat your fucking head. All other dimensions are giant shark that wants to eat your head.
well, supposedly the higher that you go in dimension, the less evil there is, and the less
Hey,
predatory uh, tendency.
random animal hunger is not evil. It's
No,
baseline.
no, but you don't have to eat. You don't have to eat another creature in
Never
order
said
to.
they had to eat. Said they were going to eat. There's a difference. Because you come
I
out
just
the other side chewed up and intact and not digested. Doesn't mean
I just want there to be pizza in heaven, because if there's no pizza and no chocolate cake, then it's not. It can't be heaven for me. My heaven has to have pizza and chocolate cake, even though, I won't have this body that needs any sustenance. It just I've got to have that to be happy.
and the apple cider,
Apple cider
the good
with
stuff.
vodka.
It's already alcoholic. Not that not that apple juice claiming to be cider. Actual apple cider.
Like apple cider vinegar.
No. Apple
Just apple
cider is
cider. Well, that doesn't have any alcohol in it.
yeah. Proper apple cider is alcoholic.
Really?
The shit you guys call apple cider is a byproduct of the prohibition era. It's apple juice.
Oh, okay. I know what
Real
cider
apple
you're talking
cider
about. Okay.
is like Strongbow or something, but
Okay. Yeah.
not soulless like
I
Strongbow
used
is.
to get this woodpecker cider from came from England, and
Yeah.
they don't get it anymore. But I worked at a British pub for a while. Oh,
Oh, you cut out. Can't hit. Bye, Raven. Raven is being deported back to England for working at a pub. Um, don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go see if she's disconnected from the internet by checking her. Yeah, looks like she got yeeted from the internets. But yes, a good apple cider has got at least 3% alcohol, maybe 2.5. Is alcoholic, um, and it's sweet because it's made from apples. Yeah. So first you got to cut your apples up into a mash. Yeah, cut them up into little bits until it's a. I mean, you put it in your jug, fill the rest with water, and you put some yeast in there. I think that's all you got to do. You might have to do more, but basically you ferment some apple juice until it's and it's not got like a hopsy aftertaste. I don't know if you like beer or not, but wait, oh, wait, there we go. Raven, are you there? Can't hear you or see you. Okay, so
oh, hey,
it
hey,
goes
hey.
good with
Okay.
everything, especially
Oh,
like red meats.
you hear me?
I can
Oh,
hear you now.
there.
Yeah,
Hold on. There. I don't
can't
know
see you
what
though. Oh,
happened.
there you go.
Everything just went black. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I went ahead and plugged it into a
yeah,
different outlet. Maybe I have no idea what happened. Okay, I'm back though.
yeah. Oh, yeah. You. I figured you lost your internet connection because you're dead on Discord as well.
Maybe it
Um,
did. I had to. It went completely out, and it shut the thing off, and the battery didn't even kick on,
yeah.
even though it's got a
Okay.
fully charged
So
battery. Anyway,
yeah. Um,
um,
Side note on Discord, when you look at your name or your picture, and there's that dot right there. and it's right next to
Yeah.
every person's name. There are
Yeah.
4 states of that dot. It's green, means that person's online and they're interacting with Discord.
Okay.
It's a half moon, which means they're idle. They probably haven't Discord minimized or whatever. It's red, which is like, hey, I'm online or whatever, but don't disturb me. Like, so if you message them, they
Oh,
won't hear a ding or whatever. And then there's
okay.
gray, which means they're totally disconnected. Um,
I wondered. That's funny that you mentioned that. I was going to ask you about that.
yeah.
This
I
is
just
all red
figured I'd
next to
let you
yours
know
this
because
morning.
I switched mine to red when I went to bed. Um, yeah.
How do you can manually do that, or it just does it itself?
You can manually do that by clicking on your picture, right? And
Okay.
then there's a little there's a little thing near the bottom that says it shows the dot and then like your status. And
Okay.
then when you hover over it, it opens up a tab, and you can just go onto that tab and click the one you want to be on.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's fairly easy, but because you're always on idle for some reason. I think you
I saw
did
that
that.
today when I logged
Yeah,
on. It showed idle, and it never did go to green, so I didn't know how to
yeah,
change it.
yeah. Idle's fine. It's just somewhere in between. I'm cool to talk and leave me the fuck alone.
So here I was messaging you, and your thing was on red, and I wondered what that
Yeah.
was.
Well, that's why I was wondering. Um,
Okay. Sorry.
if you
Okay,
you
now
were
I know.
wondering why I wasn't answering you, it's because A, I wasn't hearing any beep, and
I'm being ignored.
B, I really wasn't hearing any beep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
What are we talking about?
Apple cider.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay.
Tried
Yeah.
building on that conversation, but I really had
Okay.
nothing to bounce
Now
off
I
of.
know what you
So
mean by cider. Okay, that kind
yes,
of cider.
you
Yeah.
you guys say hard cider, I think,
Yeah.
where the rest of the world just says just
It says
cider because
cider.
that's what it actually means. That it's
Okay.
alcoholic. The word cider is what means it's
Because we
alcoholic.
have apple cider from the whole apple. It's
Yeah,
non-alcoholic.
no. It is apple cider, right? Apple cider is the alcoholic one,
Well,
right?
we
But but then you guys had the prohibition, and somebody was like, "I want to still sell a cider, but I'm not allowed to sell alcohol." So they rebranded an apple juice cider, and I think they added like baking soda to give it that edge or something stupid like that. So it has that harder taste than
it's a
normal apple
thicker.
juice.
It's thicker than apple juice, and it's got a
Yeah.
stronger flavor. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, they added some additive to it to make it that way. But apple cider properly means alcoholic apple juice.
Okay. I didn't see. I didn't. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
And
it's
I.
fermented apple juice. Um, where
Yeah, it's good stuff too.
yeah.
So I
Well,
worked. Oh, I know what it was. I was saying, okay. I worked at this British pub and
yeah.
bartending. Imagine that. And they had this woodpecker cider on tap,
Hmm.
and I'm like, oh, what is that? This is really good stuff. And there was a liquor store here that would order it for me by the case, and then it went out of business, so I've not yet to see it. And all they have is like the that there's a woodchuck cider, and then everything else is hard cider. Mike's Hard Cider is a brand that we have
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Mike's did the lemonade, hard
yeah,
lemonade for a while.
that, and they have a cider.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. See if they got like Strongbow or there was another one I liked. Summersby. Summersby.
I've seen Sothersby.
Yeah, yeah.
Sothersby. Yeah,
It's a
I've
green
seen that at
can.
Sothersby.
It's a green can. I think. Yeah, yeah. It's a good sweet apple cider. Um, yeah. Strongbow is a little drier,
Okay.
but those are the two big ones. Yeah, but
Oh,
it's
I'm
not
gonna have to
supposed to
go
be
to the liquor
hard.
store after the show now.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be hard to make.
I wouldn't imagine it is.
Oh.
Hmm,
Yeah, you guys drove an entire species of apple into extinction because of
really?
uh, the prohibition. How to make apple cider.
Well, prohibition certainly wasn't my idea. I would have never voted for that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine how they even got that passed. I mean,
Uh,
how do they even do that?
women.
What the hell's the matter with them?
Yeah. Well,
They were just
people let
tired
them
of
talk and
men who
stuff.
were lazy and drinking the paycheck away instead of bringing it
Yeah.
home, right? So there's always a few
Let
that
me show
will
you
get
how to
rid of
make
the
your own
bubble.
hard apple cider.
Yeah. Well,
And all you really need for this one
what
is
the fuck's
just a
going
little
on
bit
here?
of apple juice, or more like a gallon. And go ahead and add that to a jug of your choice. But try not to let the ring fall in like that. Now we're just going to take a quick measurement to see how strong this is going to be at the end. And it's looking like it's going to be around 5%. And now we're going to put that juice right back in. Next up is adding the yeast, and the type of yeast here doesn't really matter. You could probably even use bread yeast if you wanted. And what this does is change the sugary juice into an alcohol juice. And now you essentially have your own lava lamp. Enjoy the show. You can use any type of juice for this. It doesn't just have to be apple. Just look at the ingredients and make sure they don't have any iterates, with the exception being from concentrate. Now we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of our sanitizing mix into the airlock, which is gonna help prevent bugs from getting inside. Now we just gotta go ahead and add that on, and we're done. Probably one of the easiest recipes there are, but now we're just gonna let it sit for a little bit. But in the meantime, we'll see you in a few weeks. Looking for a new hobby? Let me show you how to make your own hard apple cider. And all you really need for this one is just a little.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
I need to write this down. So send me that link, would you?
pure apple juice, yeast,
I don't
but
have
not feminist yeast, normal yeast.
Yeah. I don't have a pen.
I'll send it to you later.
Send it to me. Yeah. I'm gonna
It's
try
2
it.
ingredients in a jug with an airlock. Order some airlocks. Now,
Okay.
you saw I have those same kind of jugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know how I got those jugs?
Were you buying cheap wine?
No. I
Oh.
bought apple juice that came in the 5-gallon glass jug. They had
Oh,
it at the
okay.
grocery store. So I said, fuck it. It costs like $5 more, but I still get the jug at the end.
Yeah, there's some
And those
wine that
jugs
comes
could
in
be
a
up to
jug
like.
like that. Carlos Rossi or something like that.
So,
That's probably what I'll do. That rather than the apple juice. I'm more inclined to drink the wine.
but if it's pure apple juice, like I think that was, you could just walk over to the liquor stores here all have the yeast packets in an aisle somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know. You could probably ask there. Yeah, we got
Like,
wine
like
yeast. It comes in a little silver
brewer's
packet like
yeast.
this. Brewer's yeast, or like the guy in the video, the short said, bread yeast. Like I say, don't use feminist yeast. You don't want to use feminist yeast.
No, no, no.
I told you
So why
about
do they
feminist
sell the three
yeast.
apples in front though? Does he smash? That's what he never
Oh,
did say anything.
it looked pretty,
Oh, just for aesthetics. Okay.
but you
All right.
could pull out the blender and blend some fucking apples and put them in there. Right, like when you're having your tech issues, I was breaking some of that down where you could like mash apples. You know
Mm-hmm.
how apple mash is made, apple juice.
Yeah.
You know how to juice an apple.
Yeah.
You juice a fucking ton of apples to make some apple juice, then you ferment it. Basically, how apple cider is made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna
Um.
try it.
And for those of you out there that doesn't know what I mean by feminist yeast, just go look up feminist makes bread at home. I told you this story before. You remember the story. Don't use feminist yeast. Just don't.
No, no, you don't want to use that. No. Well, what was the little bit of liquid he added back in it? He had
Oh,
like a
so
bunch of apple
the tube with the thing in it. That's a tetrometer, I think, something like that. I have
He
one. I
added
just
something back in it before he put the yeast in.
okay. So
There's a
that
cleaver.
long tube with the measuring thing on the side,
Yeah.
right, and the thing that's sat in it was bouncing up and down. That has a little like weight in it, and the higher it is, the higher the sugar content is in the liquid. So he took some of the apple juice, poured it in the tube with the measuring thing in it, and he dropped the weight in it to see how much sugar there was in it, and then he
Oh,
poured that bit of apple juice back in with the
oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
It was
It
apple
wasn't
juice. It
another
was
ingredient.
just
It was just the okay. Gotcha.
it
All
was
right.
he was
It looked
checking the
lighter.
sugar content of the.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. I have one. You don't need it.
So does he
Just wing
say
it. It'll be
what the sugar
fine.
content?
He said it was
Yeah.
like 5% or whatever. So
Okay.
once it's done fermenting, it'll be like 5% alcohol or something stupid like
Does
that.
that determine how long you leave it sit before and ferment?
Uh, it can. It could also determine how alcoholic it will be the longer you let it sit. But
Okay.
seriously, like you could go buy one of those off Amazon. It'd probably be like $20 max. Buy a couple of airlocks in the glass jar and just kind of wing it. As long as there's nothing floating inside the glass, the alcohol, you'll probably want two glass jars, right? One
Okay.
for fermenting and one for fuck. The term is escaping me. Just like, it doesn't matter. Um, so you'll need to like pump the liquid out because as the yeast eats sugar and converts it to alcohol, right? It goes through its life cycle and it dies and it falls to the bottom. You'll get like a sludge at the bottom of dead
Okay.
yeast. So you don't want when you're pulling the fermented apple juice out, the alcohol. Um, you don't want to pull that out with it. So you usually like
Right.
put a tube in and like suck it out and into
Okay.
another bottle.
I was
You
going to
know,
ask you if there was anything that was going to be floating on top that needed to be skimmed off, so all that shit settles to the bottom, right?
yeah. And as long as you don't move the
Shake
bottle,
it up.
right? As you don't shake it up. Uh,
But
yeah. Um,
what are you reading something in the chat?
yeah. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
saw Renee writing something. Um,
Huh?
Renee wrote something.
Oh,
I was catching the top of it, but the bottom's cut off because of my camera. um, but the yeah, just don't like pick the bottle up and slam it down or whatever. If you have to move it very gingerly, and then let it sit for a little bit before you siphon,
okay.
and then you just siphon the like like a little bit. You'll see like you're getting too close or whatever. Siphon as much as you're comfortable with, and then you take that and rinse it out, and you've got 90-ish% of a jug full of
So, how do you
putting a
determine
smile
what
on your
proof it
face.
is? I'm
Proof?
sure.
Well,
How can you,
there are a bunch of different little things like that. That measuring thing will also tell you the proof.
it'll tell you how
It'll
much proof it is?
yeah, it'll give you an idea on how much you're capable of getting by the sugar, and then also how alcoholic it is after. But you have to like get the measuring charts and compare, or you can just kind of
Okay.
wing it and go, yeah, that's buzzy enough for me.
What do you usually have yours at?
I never
10%?
check. I
Oh,
never check. But you're lucky to get around 3 to 7. It's usually a good.
How many glasses does it take to fill a buzz?
2, maybe 3.
2?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm not a heavy alcoholic like you are.
I'm
So
not an
you would
alcoholic.
probably.
Well,
How many bottles of bourbon have you drunk today, Raven? Sorry,
none.
sorry.
None.
How many cases of bourbon have you drunk today, Raven?
None. I'm completely sober. Thank you very
So
much.
just a half case of bourbon. I
For
gotcha.
breakfast, yeah. But that's my usual breakfast. I make French
Uh,
toast with it. Instead of syrup, I just pour bourbon on it.
You've concentrated bourbon.
Yeah. Then I pour it in the coffee, and yeah.
Let's get
Then with
this
a
right.
chaser, just straight on the rocks.
Whoa, let me get this right. You do not put bourbon in your coffee. You put coffee in
No,
your bourbon.
I don't. I really don't. I don't. I have before because I've had to. I ran out of my mixer, and didn't have any Mountain Dew. In times of desperation, I guess I have.
Yes,
Or,
yes, yes. I have no doubt that you've poured yourself a nice big tumbler of bourbon and then put some like instant coffee in it and mixed.
and don't forget the maraschino cherries. A little
Maraschino
maraschino
cherry.
cherry juice. Yeah, I love bourbon old fashions. I love those.
I love maraschino cherries.
Hmm?
I love maraschino cherries.
Oh yeah, I've always loved those.
They're half the reason why I want a fondue machine.
A fondue machine?
Yeah, you can do the chocolate fondue.
Oh God, yeah. But they have.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
you
Oh,
put the
monster.
cherry on the stick.
Oh
You got a
yeah.
chocolate covered
Chocolate,
cherry.
melted chocolate. Oh my God, yes. Good stuff. Oh yeah. I think heaven's gonna have to have that too. Of course, we haven't. Yeah.
A chocolate fountain like they got at the all-you-can-eat Chinese food place.
Oh yes. Yeah. It's just you know, liquid happiness. Liquid happiness, indeed.
Right next to the lobster tray.
I know. I love lobster too. I just don't want to see them alive when I walk in the restaurant. Then I'm okay.
No, no, I want to have a conversation with them. I want them to tell me how delicious they're going to be. I want, I want that lobster. I want that crab from the Little Mermaid, to be my dinner.
Did I
I
tell you about
want
how I brought
to.
back some live lobsters from Boston for the family? Oh God, I had to name them. I felt so bad. They have these special packs for you for the airline
Yeah.
at the restaurant. You pack them alive, and so night before flying back home, I've got 6 lobsters on ice in the room with me, and I'm like feeling terrible about this. It kept me up all night. I was just like, maybe I should just. We were right by the waterfront. I would just go set them free. Maybe I should just
You
go set them.
named you
Just take the
named
little
them.
legs out of their claws and throw them back in the water.
Now you'd leave the pegs in and they would die because they couldn't hunt anything, and you didn't even get to eat them.
Awful. I couldn't put them in the boiling pot of water. I just couldn't do it.
But you did
I
eat them.
Huh?
You did eat them.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
yeah. You see the trick, Raven. The trick is when you name them, you gotta name them something like lunch or
No,
dinner.
they were like Larry, Curly, and Moe were
See, that's
3
the
of them,
problem.
and then
You, you, you,
George,
you got
Henry, and Ralph.
you gotta name them. You gotta name them breakfast, lunch, and
Lunch,
dinner.
dinner, snack, midnight
Snack,
snack,
other snack,
brunch,
and Taco Bell.
and Taco Bell.
That way, you don't feel bad about eating them because you've
Okay.
psychologically conditioned yourself to know that they're food.
Yes.
Back to food.
And did you see the video that I posted um, there in Discord about the uh, mind control thing? I'm sure you didn't get a chance to watch all of it, but I'm just wondering if you did
Uh,
that. That is interesting. I thought maybe we
Um,
would talk about that next week. And why
yeah,
I
sure.
have wondered why they changed the light bulbs. I'm like, why did they change the light bulbs? There was nothing wrong with them. Why fix something that's not broken and they're more expensive and all this crap and they were like, they last longer or some shit and they save energy or some shit. No, there's actually a very nefarious reason why they changed all of our light bulbs.
What?
It has
Oh,
to do with the blue light. It has to do with yeah, and they're able to do um, well, basically mind control with this blue light. That's remember when they switched the TVs to the LCD stuff and all that? Yeah, it explains all
yeah.
that. But they have been
That
testing this
that
on.
that sounds like because the
No, it's
reason
not.
the reason why they didn't do the LCD screens like 3 decades earlier was the red. They couldn't get the red. What's the red? No, no. Yeah, you're right. It was the blue, but they like the blue diode. Like you can go watch a thing on the guy who invented the blue diode.
He's in
'Cause
there. He's in this
yeah,
video.
the guy
And
that
what?
invented it, because he made like a cool $1 million off of that like overnight,
Mhm.
because like the yellow one and the red one they could make, but the blue one was like impossible for the longest time. And when he made that, when he cracked that code and he worked hard, a Japanese guy, they were able to make white light because they could put it through the
Mm.
tonnage, right? You couldn't do that before because it didn't have all the colors, the triangle. Um,
They don't go
and
into it that in depth. It just talks
yeah,
about the effects of that on the brain.
yeah, yes. Too much blue light is not good for you, and but at the same time, it's perfectly good for you
It is
because you can go
also
outside. You can go outside and put your feet in the old Mother Earth blanket and look up and see a bunch of blue fucking light while you're touching grass with your toesies.
very corrigible. No, you got to watch this video though. No, it's the blue light acts as can act as a carrier wave for things. I don't want to spoil the video. It's not that long,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
I don't
something.
know. I'll watch it, but it sounds like bunk from what you're saying.
No, no, it isn't, and it all kind of goes back to some MK Ultra, and they show
MK
examples of
Ultra. We know that
like,
that was fake too. Remember?
no, it's not fake. MK Ultra is not
Yeah.
fake.
They,
Oh,
they 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 determined that it was a lot easier to just pay a guy $5,000 than spending 50,000 on programming them with the acid. That
oh
was the
no,
outcome of
this
MK
goes so
Ultra.
much deeper. It's so much deeper than a Manchurian Candidate type thing. Oh, it's. You just got to watch it, and we'll talk about it maybe Monday.
Okay.
Because I mean, this is something I'll probably do a show on it this week or next week because it's really,
Yes.
it's very
Well,
important.
even when I believe in some of this stuff, I still like being the contrary person to you, Raven. So
Yeah, and
I'm
I don't
gonna,
mind that. I don't mind that. It's good.
I'm gonna call it stupid anyway. So
It's good to get both sides, and then you decide for yourself, right?
yeah. Well, we need to start wrapping up because we're
Okay.
over 2 hours, and I want to go see if we're doing dinner tonight. I heard something about hamburgers earlier.
Wow, that sounds good.
I like
I'm gonna go for
burgers.
some cider and see what my budget's like. See if I can go to Red Lobster and get a carry out. Now that we've been talking about lobsters, I want one.
I want lobster and cider. They will go great together. Apple cider and lobster,
Yeah.
perfect
Ah.
together.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I'm going tonight. Red Lobster in the liquor store. Happy Friday.
Oh,
Tomorrow I'll be on the quantum panel with Nathan and the gang.
Nathan. If I remember, I'll stop by.
Yeah.
And yell at you for being a furry fan or whatever I do in the chat.
Hey, you're the one who knew about the meetup. I didn't. So I think
Yeah.
secretly you
Okay.
are.
No. I sent you that internet historian video of I think it was Fur Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Conference coming up.
Rainforest, whatever. I don't know. And I just said Fur Fest because
Yeah. You
that's an
secretly want
obvious
to be there,
that's
don't
an obvious name for one of those things. No, I don't want to be a first. But if you got any cat girls out there, I do adopt cat girls.
you do adopt cat girls.
But between the ages of 18 and 25.
Okay.
Yeah. Meow.
Meow. So what are you doing this weekend? You in any games or anything?
No.
No.
I'm gonna get some writing done and pretend to play Dyson Sphere program project, whatever it's called. I'm playing it right now.
It always says you're playing that under your name.
Yeah. It's a factory game. So you build factories and then they build components that you can build more factories with.
Mm.
And you can design them, right? Like so you have like the conveyor belt of stuff and then you have like the mining unit, the conveyor belts the ore to the smelter, and then the smelter, the conveyor belts the refined ore to the build this component, and then you can build that component to attach to that other component to make this device that you need so many to make a factory with. So you make another
Yeah.
factory to increase your production of said component to make more factory to smelt more ore to make more factory to next thing you know you've strip mined an entire planet and you've got to go strip mine another planet so you can build
So
a
the
Dyson
end
sphere.
product, do you choose or invent or create the end product that all of this is leading up to? Or does the game
No, the
decide?
game's got a list of things that you
Okay.
yeah, so it's like computer chips, magnets, make computer magnets. This electromagnet.
Because
you know,
mentioned
uh,
Dyson Sphere to somebody, and they said that was uh, where a civilization gets around a star and creates
yes,
a circular living
yeah.
space, for lack of a better word here.
So the story in this game is you're a giant robot and your civilization has uploaded their consciousness to computer cores and you've got to build a Dyson sphere to power those computer cores so your brains in a jar can live happily ever after or whatever. I don't know. It's just an excuse to build factories.
Okay.
This is like whatever. We know what a Dyson sphere is. It's when you build a big thing around a star. Go build a big thing around a star. Okay.
Star. Yeah. Yeah. But don't put your brain in a jar.
Yeah,
No, that would not be a
wow.
good thing. I can't imagine anybody that would want
If
to live
she's
like that.
pretty
Really.
enough and she wants you to put your brain in a jar.
What a sad thing. God.
Hey, all of human civilization is she's kind of hot and she wants me to do this thing.
Good luck to you.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
So tomorrow night on Nathan's show and next Monday here.
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully we'll actually do one Monday.
We can talk about mind control.
Okay. Party on, everyone. I'm hitting
Happy
end
Friday.
show now. Yeah.